Hey everyone, Michelle Kretschmar here, and today I want to talk about what exactly is financial aid. Now this is a big topic, so I'm only going to be able to do an overview. All right. This is for people who know that students submit the FAFSA to apply for financial aid, and that at some point they get a financial aid award, but they don't necessarily know what's in it or where it comes from. So, basic overview. Let's start with the process. The student submits the FAFSA, the Department of Education evaluates the information, and then based on that information assigns an EFC, expected family contribution, in the student aid report, the SAR. The student receives the SAR after they submit the FAFSA. Now, based on this information, at this point, the student may qualify for several different federal financial aid programs. One program is the Pell Grant. This is a need-based program, and the awards top out under $7,000. Because it is a need-based program, okay, the amount of money the student receives goes down as their EFC goes up. Most students who receive Pell Grants have family incomes well under $50,000 a year. The other major source of federal financial aid is the direct student loan. Now, it's not a need-based program. Virtually anyone will qualify, and if you do have need, you'll often receive the subsidized version of it. Now, without going into the requirements and details and so on, okay, at this point, a student might receive a maximum of $14,000 in financial aid from the federal government. About half of it will be in the form of loans. Depending on the state the student lives in, he or she might also qualify for state financial aid. Loans, grants, scholarships, and so on. But there is so much variation from state to state, I'm not going to cover that here. Now, no matter what college the student decides to attend, they still get the $14,000 in federal aid from the government, as long as the college costs at least $14,000. And if you know anything about the cost of college, you know that really shouldn't be an issue. In fact, it's going to take a lot more than $14,000 to cover the cost of college today. But the financial aid awards also include money from the colleges the student attends. In fact, for most students, this is going to be the largest source of financial aid. What happens is that once the government is through processing the FAFSA, they send the result to the colleges that the student has requested. The colleges get this information and then they make their own financial aid award. This money is called institutional aid. Now, institutional aid can come in different forms such as grants, scholarships, and sometimes even loans. This is the college's own money. It can come from their endowment, it can come from tuition, or however they decided to raise the money. That means they get to decide how much to award and why. They may decide to do it based on need, they may decide to do it based on merit, or some combination. It will vary from school to school. And most colleges will not be able to meet full financial need. Now, there are also two federal programs that are actually administered through the colleges. This includes the College Work Study and the Supplemental Education Opportunity Grant. Right. Very few people actually participate in either one of those programs. So basically, for most students, when you get a financial aid award, okay, it can include federal money in the form of student loans or grants. It can include institutional aid in the form of grants and scholarships. It can also include something called PLUS loans and private loans, but we aren't even going to go there, not right now. Just based on the elements that I covered, financial aid awards can look very different depending on the school. That's why it is so important that students apply to colleges that are most likely to meet their financial needs.